Today I am going to start with the first chapter of geography, that is resources and development. What is a resource? Everything available in an environment which can be used to satisfy our needs, provided it is technologically accessible, economically feasible, and culturally acceptable, can be termed as a resource. The process of transformation of things available in the environment involves an interdependent relationship between nature, technology, and institutions. Human beings interact with nature through technology and create institutions to accelerate the economic development. Human beings themselves are an essential component of resources. They transform materials available in the environment into resources and use them. Natural resources can be further classified on the basis of origin, exhaustibility, ownership, status of development. Classification on the basis of origin. We have biotic resources. These are obtained from biosphere and have life, such as human beings, flora and fauna, fisheries, livestock, etc. Abiotic resources. All those things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources. For example, rocks and metals. On the basis of exhaustibility, we have renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources. The resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical, or mechanical processes are known as renewable or replenishable resources. For example, solar and wind energy, water, forests, and wildlife. Non renewable resources. These occur over a long geological time. Minerals and fossil fuels are examples of such resources. These resources take millions of years in their formation. Some of the resources, like metals, are recyclable, and some, like fossil fuels, cannot be recycled and get exhausted with their use. On the basis of ownership, we have individual resources, community owned resources, national resources, and international resources. Individual resources. These are owned privately by the individuals. Plots, houses, property, ponds, water in the wells are all examples of the resources owned by individuals. Community owned resources. These are the resources which are accessible to all the members of the community. For example, grazing grounds, burial grounds, village ponds, public parks, picnic spots, playgrounds, etc. National resources. Technically, all the resources belong to the nation. The country has the legal powers to acquire even private property for public good. All the minerals, water resources, forest, wildlife, land within the political boundaries and the oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles from the coast is termed as territorial water, and resources therein belong to the nation. International resources. The oceanic resources beyond 200 nautical miles of the exclusive economic zone belong to open ocean, and no individual country can utilize these without the concurrence of international institutions. On the basis of the status of development, we have potential resources, developed resources, stock, and reserves. Potential resources. Resources which are found in a region but have not been utilized. For example, the western parts of India, particularly Rajasthan and Gujarat, have enormous potential for the development of wind and solar energy, but so far these have not been developed properly. Resources whose location, quantity, and utility are known as developed resources. These are the resources that are being utilized at present, and the technology to exploit them is also available. Stock. Materials in the environment which have the potential to satisfy human needs, but human beings do not have the appropriate technology to access these, are included among the stock. Reserves. Reserves are the subset of the stock which can be put into use with the help of existing technological know how, but their use has not been started. This can be used for meeting the future requirements. With this, I finish the today's topics. Thank you. Have a nice day ahead.